Y'all want to watch a twisted Cinderella tale? It focuses on her ugly stepsister. Elvira is head over heels in love with Prince Julian. She constantly reads the prince's poems and dreams of one day ending up with him. I have no idea why when Prince Julian looks like any other white-bottom twink. Their family is small, just her younger sister Alma, and her mother Rebecca with 3 Ks. One day the family travels to a new place where the 2 girls are introduced to a man named Otto. Like Rebecca, Otto has long been widowed, so you know these 2 finna pounce each other on the quickness. Otto has 1 young daughter, the beautiful Agnes. Even Elvira can't stop staring at Agnes because of how pretty she looks. Rebecca and Otto get married that same day, making their family whole, so they can eat each other's holes. Agnes treats Elvira kindly, which gives Elvira the confidence to confess that she wants to marry Prince Julian someday. On their first dinner together, Otto throws some cake at Elvira as a joke. Everyone else finds it funny, but the old man suffers a heart attack shortly after. Karma works fast. Agnes, now an orphan, cries her heart out. Elvira brings her food to comfort her, but she unintentionally offends Agnes, saying her pain will pass. Agnes blurts out that her father only married Rebecca because of her money. Elvira is shocked to learn that Otto is broke as well because Rebecca was only trying to grab dat bag. She rushes to tell her mom that they're all about to be impoverished. But it's too late. Check into cash, loan sharks have arrived, confiscated the cattle and some land, leaving them with nothing but coins. Rebecca is so hopeless, her dramatic ahs faints. Rebecca thinks no man will want her or her daughters, and that Elvira is ridiculous for thinking that she can bag the prince when they're not even in the same league. Later, Elvira notices the dimples on her face, her weird nose shape, then decides to pop a pimple. As for Agnes, she is still grieving. She prays to her mother for help and is glad when a dove flies to the window as if to give her a sign. Just then, a messenger from the palace announces that the prince will be holding a ball after 5 months and all young ladies are invited. Prince Julian will also be picking his bride at the event. Elvira knows this is her chance to meet the prince. So Rebecca quickly schedules an appointment with Dr. Aesthetic. Yes, that's literally his name. He is famous for his incredible work on people's bodies. The doctor assures them that he'll remove Elvira's braces and fix her nose as well, but Alma is extremely worried. She sees a nurse wiping the blood on the floor after an operation. But Rebecca is not a bit bothered. Removing the braces is the easy part, and Elvira is glad to finally be free of it as the stench of her stank breath permeates through the room. But the nose part is the difficult one. With all his devices and the help of his nurse, Dr. Esthétique gets to work. Alma just watches in horror as Elvira screams in pain while her nose is being reconstructed. This is why Elvira has a metal covering on her nose when she attends the best finishing school in the kingdom. The head, Madame Sophie, reveals that they will open the ball with a performance. Only a few will be selected to join, and it's a chance to impress the prince. The ladies are all excited because rich men, barons, and counts will be there too. If they can't get the prince, one of those men will hopefully become their husband. Elvira listens to all instructions and shows off her skills, but the dance instructor, Madame Vanya, dislikes her a lot and sends her to the back with all the ugly girls. However, Vanya shows favoritism towards Agnes, and Elvira can't help but envy her beautiful stepsister. At dinner, Elvira gets lemon water to eat so her body can be tea, while everyone else gets a proper meal. When Agnes asks that her father be given a proper burial, Rebecca reasons their lack of money. But Agnes knows that Rebecca uses Otto's money to pay Dr. Esthétique. Afterwards, Agnes goes to see her father, and the man is even more rotten, plumper, and smelling like something fierce. The next day, Elvira gives her all during rehearsals, so she's overjoyed when she gets picked as one of the ladies who will dance at the ball. But Madame Vanya tells her that all she has is wasted talent. It turns out that Rebecca paid Madame Vanya to pick Elvira. And to add to that pain, Elvira is feeling ugly because she can't fit in any of Agnes's dresses. She thinks she's too fat despite skipping her meals. She confesses to Madame Sophie that she's feeling down, big-backed, and looks like a Victorian-era 4. But Sophie thinks that Elvira is so brave for doing everything in the name of beauty. Then she hands her a special gift that Elvira can use. During a picnic with her sister, Elvira shows off Madame Sophie's gift. It's a locket with a tapeworm egg inside, also known as nature's Ozempic. She'll eat it and will never be fat again because the tapeworm will eat everything she eats. She assures Alma that she will take the antidote once she gets the figure she desires. Alma thinks it's absurd, but Elvira is already determined to ingest it. Meanwhile, Agnes confesses to the stable boy, Ishak, who is also her lover, that she needs to marry the prince. She loves Timothy Chalamet so much, but they can't be together. Elvira finally swallows the egg. Then she hears a noise not far from where she is. She's surprised to find the prince with his friends. She can see his bubble butt, but he doesn't really care. He even says he doesn't want to bed Elvira. Even after witnessing the prince's bad attitude, Elvira still dreams of marrying him. When she returns home, she catches the stable boy riding Agnes. When Elvira queefs, the stable boy and Agnes catch her watching, and this makes the stable boy squirt unpasteurized milk. She rats Agnes out to her mother. Furious, Rebecca strips Agnes of her jewelry and orders her to work like a servant. Poor Isak is also sent away. With the tapeworm inside her, Elvira is confident she can eat whatever, so she starts her big back activities. 3 full moons later, the metal cover is removed from her nose. Elvira is looking much better, and her mother is very pleased. But Elvira still envies her stepsister, Agnes. To finish the dream look, Elvira visits Dr. Statique again. This time, the doctor stitches a set of fake eyelashes around Elvira's eyes. May this desperation for a man never find me. So that night, Elvira has a bandage covering her eyes. Alma is heartbroken by her sister's situation, but can't do anything about it. With her stomach constantly growling, Elvira finds her way into the kitchen. But seeing is more difficult when she can barely open her eyes. Agnes finds out what she's doing and hands her some food. Elvira hungrily grabs the cake and stuffs her mouth with it. When Agnes doesn't return for rehearsals, Sophie encourages Madame Vanya to pick Elvira. Despite being picked on before, Elvira continues to persevere. So she's very happy when she gets the lead role for the performance. One night, Elvira orders Agnes to feed her while she bathes. Not only does Agnes notice how hungry Elvira is, but she also sees that her hair is falling out. Not knowing what to do, Elvira just cries herself to sleep. A dressmaker named Jan arrives a little later, carrying a very beautiful green dress made just for Elvira. Rebecca orders Agnes to help Elvira get dressed. And while she does, Jan grabs the young girl's face and kisses her. Agnes spits in his face and on the floor, only to be told to clean it afterward. When Jan and Rebecca notice that Elvira's hair is falling to the floor, Jan grabs a Tyler Perry wig for her to wear. And with that, they are all sure she'll catch the prince's attention. While Rebecca pays Jan with her body, Elvira munches on whatever she can eat. Meanwhile, Agnes finds an old dress and a pair of shoes and thinks about going to the ball too. Elvira is furious when she finds out, and she tears Agnes' dress to stop her from going. Rebecca comforts her daughter, assuring her that Agnes won't make it to the ball with nothing to wear. While Agnes cries on Otto's maggot-filled corpse, her mother appears before her. The ghost tells her that she'll attend the ball, but has to return by midnight because the carriage will go back to being a pumpkin. Then Agnes witnesses some silkworms weave back together her torn dress. The palace is packed with guests. Women are introduced so the prince knows which family they belong to, their ages, and even their height. When it's Elvira's turn, all heads turn to look at her. Even the prince's friends want to have her for themselves. And when it's time for the performance, Elvira dances so well that the prince can't take his eyes off of her. Rebecca grabs the chance to introduce her daughter to rich men at the ball, but Elvira only wants the prince. She's overjoyed when Prince Julian picks her to be his first dance. It's all she ever wanted. But even before the dance ends, a woman wearing a blue dress steals everyone's attention. The lady's face is covered, but Prince Julian still leaves Elvira just to dance with her. Then Elvira's stomach hurts. She gets frightened when she vomits tapeworm eggs. She cries, thinking she's about to die. But her mother just wipes off her tears and orders her to dance with her suitors. She bitch slaps her back into reality. Elvira obeys and dances with the rich men one after the other. All the while, the prince only has one partner. At the end of the dance, Elvira sees that the mysterious woman is Agnes. But Agnes abruptly pieces the F out, leaving one of her shoes behind. Prince Julian then announces that the woman who will fit the shoe shall be his wife. Elvira returns home quickly. When she finds Agnes, she doesn't hesitate to grab a knife and demand that she give her the shoe. Agnes fights back, but Elvira refuses to give up and continues to chase her. Then Rebecca, who is currently busy riding the rich man she met at the ball, tells Elvira to give up. She doesn't care if the shoe belongs to Agnes. So Elvira retreats to her room, wondering how she can fit into the small shoe. And using a knife and a piece of wood for hammering, she chops off all of her toes on the right foot. But it's so painful that she falls to the floor squirming. When Alma sees her sister, she comes to her aid right away and calls her mother for help. Rebecca puts Elvira to sleep and notes that she cut off the wrong toes. The prince has the left shoe, not the right. Well, I'd simply crash out. Alma knows what her mother's about to do, so she tries to stop her. But Rebecca is determined. She cuts off the dangling toes on Elvira's right foot and proceeds to chop off her left toes as well. That night, Elvira dreams of the prince coming over to take her away. In her head, they are very much in love. However, when she wakes up the next day, her reality is far from what she always dreams of. She cries when she sees what happened to her feet. Most of her hair has fallen out, and the bald spots can no longer be hidden, looking like Gollum. When it is announced that the prince has arrived at the estate, she tries to get up only to fall face first, knocking a tooth out. She drags her body across the floor and continues to fall down the stairs, breaking her nose. She can't help but feel sorry for herself when she sees Agnes about to meet the prince. Outside, the prince proclaims that he has finally found his bride, and he and Agnes kiss for the first time. And that's when the prince's image leaves Elvira's imagination. Alma finds her sister bleeding on the floor. She takes her to a room and helps her take the antidote. Just moments later, Elvira begins to vomit blood before a tapeworm peeks out from inside her mouth. Alma grabs the parasite, but it's so incredibly long that Elvira continues to suffer. When Alma makes one last strong tug, a few more tapeworms of different sizes come out of Elvira's mouth, leaving her exhausted. Alma grabs one tapeworm and cuts it in half. While Rebecca is busy pleasuring the rich man, Alma steals the guest's jewelry. Her mother silently tells her to leave the place, so Alma takes Elvira and a few of their possessions. Alma has to grab her sister's legs since Elvira isn't able to walk, and has her sister walking with her hands. Together, the sisters will cross the border into Mexico, leaving their old lives behind. Well, that was certainly a crazy movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and y'all need to watch it too. It's called The Ugly Stepsister. What did you guys think of that one?
Hey, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe now and turn on the notification because YouTube isn't recommending my videos. And if you'd like to watch more foolishness, click here or here.